Welcome everyone to episode 15 of the COD Casuals. I'm your host Justin.
And I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Good. I was saying it's such a nice day out today, thankfully. Like we film these on Mondays and Sunday.
Beautiful.
It was horrible. It was like I think it was like 300 degrees out. It was terrible.
It was like
90.
Yeah, I think it was 90 and humid.
Yeah. Oh, it was so bad.
We're from the Northeast, so it's brutal.
Yeah.
When it's humid.
Oh my God. I was up in New Hampshire for the weekend, and even there, like with all the trees and the shade, it was still terrible. I felt like I had to take a shower like every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But today it was 60, kind of cool.
Yeah.
The sun was out. This is the weather I could live in. Like,
yeah.
all
68,
year round.
sunny, breezy.
You know? So yeah, doing well with that. It was a slow week, no COD.
Mm-hmm.
There was this All-Star game that was going on. I was busy this weekend, so I didn't really get a chance to check out too much of it. But
yeah, I mean, it was just a fun weekend. These guys just kind of messed around. I got the vaccine on Friday, so on Saturday I was kind of out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I kind of just laid in bed and watched the All-Star games.
Yeah.
And then Sunday felt a lot better. Just continued to watch it, but
Right.
You didn't really miss much. It was just fun.
Yeah, like the little bits that I'd seen of it, it was just some Titan teams that we have wet dreams about possibly happening, and they never.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
It's actually interesting. It's basically just 8.
Yeah,
Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's now
stacked teams too.
The viewers can actually watch 8s now.
Yeah, right.
And I mean, the All-Star weekend is obviously literally the best guys from the Pro League.
Yeah.
These are the best players from the Pro League voted in. So these teams were crazy.
Yeah, I think some of them were invited, and then some of them were fan voted. Is that how it worked? I can't remember how it was exactly.
I don't remember how many were fan voted in, but a lot of them were invited.
Yeah, because some guys I didn't pay much attention to this last year, but guys like Salium, who won it last year, he wasn't invited.
Yeah, he wasn't invited.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think the reasoning was, I think he should have been in it to defend his title. But I think the whole reasoning was they wanted to give more guys an opportunity, and because it's he won last year on a different game. It's a new game now.
Yeah,
I get it, but I think he should have been there to defend. Even he shouldn't be the final boss or anything, but he should be in it,
Yeah.
And
no, I get you.
If he loses, he loses.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, I agree. And I think there's certain people that they didn't include. I don't think you could vote in Formal or Scump.
Yeah.
Because I think we're
The
saying
whole
being
Optic team would be in
the
there.
whole Optic team, all of FaZe would be in there, all the everybody that the fans would want would be in there.
Yeah. And well, I know Clayster from the Subliners, he was invited, but he went on vacation or something. So he put Paco in as a substitute. And he fried.
Yeah, he was piecing.
I wonder if it would be cool to have one representative from each team.
Yeah.
To play.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But then again, I guess the argument is is this an all-star weekend though? Is every single player from every team an all-star?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. But it was pretty cool. It was cool. There was the individual 1v1s that was part of this weekend, and then there was the teams where you were alluding to earlier, the Pro 8s.
Yeah.
Minus Methods.
Yeah.
RIP.
Only guy that came into the All-Star weekend that's not on a team.
Yeah, we may have mentioned him in previous episodes that he was on the starting roster for Toronto Ultra, and then he got benched.
We definitely mentioned
that. Yeah,
that.
we definitely have. And he was in it. I don't really know how he made it in. I don't know how that works.
He was fan voted in.
Oh, yeah, he was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was...
Makes sense.
Yeah, because... He's a personality. He's great.
He is funny.
And he's an insanely good player. And his team ended up winning the freaking thing.
Yeah, Team Chance.
Yeah, who was it? It was him, Dashy, Envoy, and who was their fourth? Abizi.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a team!
Star-studded team.
Yeah.
It was just fun to watch because it was so relaxing. These guys, they were all laughing. Even if they were losing or whatever, it was just them having fun.
Yeah.
Back in the day, all these guys are just. They're just boys that like to play COD.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And it was nice to just see them laughing and just having fun again.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're having fun, but this was
Yeah, no,
nice.
this was definitely very low key. Like the prize pool was a lot of money. I think like it was over $10,000. I think if you win.
The 1v1 was
the 1v1.
$10K.
Yeah, okay.
For first place, but the 4v4 wasn't any.
Oh, it wasn't for any money.
It was more like
just bragging rights.
Who could build the better team out of the casters?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah,
you know. But when you think about it too, on the side, you're like, man, can you imagine if this team actually existed and they were like really, really trying? That'd be awesome.
Well, I think they're all trying. They're going pretty hard. Like they're the call outs and stuff and the listeners.
Yeah, right. But you know what I mean? Like if they were in like the pro scene, like really pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be crazy. Like that's a good team.
Yeah.
You know, it's a damn good team.
I think this is good for Methods just because it shows that obviously you can be on a pro team. Like he was frying.
Yeah.
He was playing really good.
Yeah.
But it also shows like other teams like, look, this guy needs to be in the league. Like, look at him play.
Yeah. No, it is. You know, it's definitely a good thing for him. I don't really know if anything's going to come from it.
Yeah.
But it's always a good thing
to
add on to
reminder.
your resume. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
reminder to the fans, reminder to everybody that he's still really good and he's grinding.
Yeah.
Something that I saw him talk about, I think it was on The Flank, another great podcast for Call of Duty. I think it was Zuma, the host. He was talking about it, that there's rumors there might not be expansion teams for next year.
I hope that's a lie.
Man.
I really hope that's a lie.
Yeah. So right now there's 12 teams, right? We've mentioned that a lot before.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of players that got dropped or simply couldn't make it into the league from the first year of the CDL to the second year, there's a lot of players that just couldn't make it, going from 5v5 to 4v4. 12 players gone instantly. You know, that's right there 3 good teams if I got my math right.
Yeah.
You know, that's 3 teams that, you know, potential players could be on that were not that were playing last year. And now we're hearing that might not be the case.
Yeah.
Man, that's
I hope
it's frustrating.
Yeah, I really hope that that's not the case, but I mean, from a business standpoint, I think it kind of makes sense just cuz like COD it's not developed yet. You know, there's not enough data there to show that it's worth it. Even though, I mean, we're biased. It's totally worth it. I mean, because COD's been around for like over a decade.
Yeah.
You know, and we're just getting started with like this professional COD scene.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, I'm 100% confident that this league will expand. It's just not as soon as we want it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I second all that. I mean, Call of Duty is one of the biggest multiplayer games, period.
Yeah.
You know, it's massive.
Yeah.
And that's what's frustrating for a lot of people with the CDL is that it's such a popular game, but the CDL is not quite there yet regarding its fan size. I mean, even still, like during, I think it was the major when Optic was playing, they had in like 150,000 viewers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fantastic.
That's a lot,
You know, but granted, that is during when Optic's playing. It's not a total representation of everybody else in the league, you know. But you're always going to have that.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to always have like the team favorites.
Exactly.
And I'm sure they're trying to get investors, you know, people to like buy teams and whatnot, but it's just hard. I would say like, I don't know, maybe 5 years. I wouldn't be surprised if there aren't expansions within like the next couple of years, but I think 5 years is like a solid like point. There's a lot of data at that point to show, you know, how much revenue it can bring, how much they got to invest into these players, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I can agree. I mean, it's hard to say that.
I hope it's
earlier.
Yeah.
You hope you're wrong. Right?
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. But it is hard to see, right? It's only the second year of it, so who really knows? And again, I don't know how much it is for the buyout or buying a spot now. If it's increased, originally it was 25 million.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just like that's bare minimum. It's 25 million.
Yeah.
Everything else you've got to tack on with that is it's millions more.
Yeah.
So it's tough. We've fantasized before about the teams that we would like to see, like certain cities that host have a CDL team. But it's also difficult because there's all these players that we've watched in previous, like when it was the CWL and last year in the CDL, who are not playing, and Methods being one of them.
Yeah.
He should be in the pro league.
Yeah, he should.
But there's simply not enough spots.
Yeah,
for him.
exactly. And like some of these teams too, like going into the next year, some of these players might not even like be playing just because like it's a new game. If there's a new game, I hope there's a new game.
Yeah, right.
If there's a new game, like it doesn't mean they're gonna like mesh well as a team on that new game.
Yeah,
you know, And it would suck to see, like, I mean, imagine if Arcedes, like, he just didn't play well with FaZe, like, next year, and he had to be dropped because he just didn't play well in the game and he didn't mesh well with the team.
Yeah. No, it's hard to think about stuff like that right now. You know, that would ever be a possibility, but it could.
Yeah.
You know,
because
that's what we've learned of anything is like you have no idea what can happen in the CDL.
Because I mean, if you just look at purely like stats, Methods is playing better than like a lot of the ARs like in the league right now.
Yeah.
But he's, in the challenger scene right now.
Yeah, and there's been certain teams that, as of during the slow week that we had, there was a lot of teams that were up in question as to who they were going to have for a player. Like they needed a replacement, Dallas being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
They needed a sub player though, I believe, right? Dallas did.
Not necessarily Hook. A sub, but to replace Hook.
Right. And there was them. Then there was Paris, and then there was Seattle. Was another team. Right. London. Yeah. So there's 4 teams there, and Methods, like as an AR player, like he may have a spot like potentially, but not really. Like he's gonna be the main AR at one of his teams, and that slot's not open.
Yeah, I think it's hard too that because of his history, that's probably like why he's not gonna get picked up sometimes.
Yeah,
like they'd rather just like take a risk and sign like some amateur for like 14 days, a 14-day contract, and then see if they want to extend that contract.
Yeah,
instead of like committing to him.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, from a business standpoint, I understand why, because they're saving money. Because I'm sure, like, a lot of these teams, like, they're not profitable right now. Like, they're all losing money.
Yeah.
But, so, like, why would you want to sign, like, a player for that much money? Especially towards the end of the year,
Right. Yeah. I think on the Flank podcast, they were talking about this, like, how it's kind of BS with some of these people who are, like, they maybe have to spend $25,000, $30,000 to say money's an issue with them. Yeah, because that's just not the case. Like these teams can afford that. Yeah, which I think why a lot of teams do go for that. Because these players who maybe haven't played for a year or they're amateurs, they don't have to pay them that much. Yeah, and they sign them to these short contracts. So they just hope that they do really well, and if they do well, they'll keep them signed. If not, they drop them, and it's not really it's not a big loss. They would hate to sign someone like Methods who, because he's still a sub for Toronto Ultra. So he's still contracted under them, and he's Methods. He's been playing for a very long time.
To buy him out.
Yeah, they'd have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy him. Like he's a big fish to try to catch.
Like from a pure like business and like number standpoint, like it just doesn't make sense because like these teams are they're losing money already, right? They're playing like the CDL is a long game. They're investing for the future and that this will grow and eventually they'll make their money back and more. But so it makes sense why they're doing it. But people will always be like, "Oh, these guys, they're millionaires, blah blah blah. They have a ton of money," which is true. But imagine dropping like $50K like on a person.
Yeah.
Compared to like 300,000.
Well,
you got to look at your bank account right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And then look at like, can you afford that player?
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's very true. I mean, that's what's so interesting or so shocking about, we mentioned a couple episodes ago with Los Angeles Thieves when they acquired Hook.
Yeah.
I mean, that is mind-numbing.
That's a lot of money.
That is, easily over $500,000.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Which to some people, maybe if you're listening to that, your jaw might have just hit the floor. Like, that's true.
Yeah. Those
guys, like some of these players who are the top players, they're over $500,000, no question. So the owner of 100 Thieves or Los Angeles Thieves, right? Nate Shot. I mean, he's taking a big risk.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. He's taking a risk, but he's not taking a risk.
He's playing the long game.
Yeah, because right now with Thieves, they don't look that good.
Yeah.
Right. They had their player before, TJ Haley. And they looked good with him, and they were in a rhythm. And now they've gone backwards with Hook.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are.
They're like sub TJ back in.
Yeah, like I've seen it. Like people are talking about refunding.
Yeah,
like getting a refund on him because he's bad.
Yeah,
and all that. Which I get it because when you look at their maps and everything right now, they're not as good.
Yeah,
like it's just a fact they're not as good. But Hook has a high ceiling.
Yeah,
Hook is Hook. He's a world champ.
Yeah,
he's an FPS god.
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy to think like they make that much, but again, like he's investing in the future.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like Nade Shot, LA Thieves, like they create content, right?
Yeah.
Which I think more teams, they need to focus on growing to like expand the league, you know, getting more viewers.
Yeah.
And I mean, me personally, I think Hook is like he has more of a personality than TJ. I mean, TJ's funny, like really funny.
Yeah.
But Hook, he's like
more sociable.
Yeah, on camera. Like he's really good on camera.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that's part of it too.
Yeah, for sure. You want a player who's well-rounded.
Yeah.
You know, in the game and out of the game. You know, with a lot of these teams, it's really important that they have people that are good in content. I think it is, or at least developing that muscle. You know?
Yeah.
We were talking before the podcast about creativity and working that muscle.
Yeah.
You know, being good with content, not just like creating ideas, but being funny and comfortable on camera and all that. That's a skill in itself.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, and there's certain players when we see them in interviews, because they do interviews after the game, the match is over. There are certain teams you'll get. I'm not gonna name any names, but you know, you'll get them, and you can tell they are very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you know, they're not looking at the camera. They're they're kind of mumbling, talking, and you're like, come on, man. Like, you know. But again, it's just you get comfortable with that over time.
Yeah, exactly. You know? And like a good example of like FaZe,
these guys, at them.
They're hilarious on camera.
Yeah,
and like they're just themselves. And like I don't know if people have noticed, but like Abizi does the interviews all the time.
Yeah.
Like he is really well spoken. He's really polite, and he's really, really good at interviews.
Yeah.
Just based on like how he's speaking.
Yeah.
He can answer the questions like really well. You know.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Abizi.
Yeah, I am too, definitely. You know, he's a demon in the game, but then outside of the game, he seems like a very nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, like the other guys, like Simp does interviews, and he's pretty good. You know, he's definitely gotten better. Yeah. He does the content, and I've watched it. Like at the beginning, like a couple years, like he wasn't really that good. He's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Salim's funny. You know, I think he's more unintentionally funny. It seems like that way on camera. Could be wrong, but a guy I really think of is Arcides. You know, he was on at the time Chicago Huntsman. Didn't really have much experience with content.
Yeah.
And opened up, and now he's really, really funny.
Yeah.
You know, or he's just very comfortable.
Yeah, now he's really comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I'm sure he was already funny.
Yeah.
But now like he's on camera and he's like comfortable being funny on camera.
So that's always the thing too that teams have to factor. I'm sure it's not like the end all be all, but it is a bonus if you have a player who's obviously really good, you know, he meshes well with the team, all that. If he's good at content too, that's extra, you know?
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah. I mean, looping everything back, like I just hope that the league does expand. Pretty soon. Like, hopefully within the next year or two. I hope I'm wrong with like the 5-year prediction. Yeah. But I just want to see a lot of these players like back in the league.
Yeah, because because moving on to another thing that we could touch on before we get into some of the games coming up this week is with some of these roster moves that we're seeing, like with Dallas. Dallas, they announced that their player Fellow, and they replaced him with Vivid, who was formerly on LAG.
Yeah.
I mean, right there, perfect example. Fellow, a player who I think he should be in the league.
Yeah.
You know? Does he fit well with Dallas? I mean, I guess not. Obviously, like from the move, they got rid of him, so that kind of answers itself. But could he work on another team? Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Know? So, I mean, now the question is like, will Vivid be able to fulfill, like, I guess, Hook's role?
Yeah.
And, like, make them a better team?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Dallas should not be, like, losing a lot of matches.
No,
they're like the previous world champs.
They shouldn't.
They should be winning.
I saw a video with, it was Enable, who's one of the, I guess, you call him like a content creator for LA Thieves, basically.
Yeah.
You know? And he does his power rankings. I always like to see what he does. And he put Dallas like way down at the bottom. Yeah. You know? And it's crazy. I was like, I agree with him. I'm like, yeah, I can see it because that was at the time with Fellow. We have no idea how they're going to do with Vivid this weekend, which that's Thursday. What day is that? The 27th? Yeah, 27th. Actually, he's doing 27th. No, sorry, Friday the 28th is when we see Dallas play with Vivid for the first time to see how they are.
Dallas just seems kind of lost right now.
They do.
Just because, they're missing one person.
Yeah.
But, in the standings, they have they're probably guaranteed, top 5, no doubt, just because of the amount of points they have. But
they did well at the beginning of the year.
They've been pretty, stagnant, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they have right now. They're definitely in a funk.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully Vivid can be the player to help turn it around.
Yeah.
I don't, obviously we're going to have no idea until that actually happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dallas has, they're just won champs last year. They have all the ability. They should be able to bounce back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dallas is one of those teams. And then same thing with Surge, with their player Decimate, who he's off the team now, which I don't really know the whole situation. I've heard that he
benched
himself, and then I've heard that it was a mutual agreement that he leave, and the team was like, your performance isn't there. I don't really know.
Yeah. Well, whatever the case is, he's on the bench now.
Yeah.
And
are you on the bench, or he's just not on the team? He has nothing to do with them anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I don't think they officially came out and said if he got released or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't remember how they worded it. But Decimate, he was in the league last year. He's been in the league. He's really good.
Yeah.
And he played for I don't even know. What did he play? Just for the major? Was that it?
I think he played just as long as Fellow.
Yeah.
I think he played for 2 weeks.
Yeah, just a couple weeks and he's gone,
Yeah.
And he obviously did not work well with that team. They didn't really get any better with him.
Yeah. He played well individually.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter.
It doesn't, right? It's just a team effort. He's gone. Another player who should be on the starting roster for a team.
Mm-hmm.
And then same thing with Minnesota Rocker. That was a big shakeup. That Accuracy, Lamar, he's off the team now.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be on the bench.
They just swapped him for Major Maniac, who we mentioned a few episodes ago that he was on the starting roster and then he got benched for Standy.
Yep. So now he's back on the team.
Yeah.
And Accuracy is gone. He's a massive head in Call of Duty. He's been in it forever.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think he's on the bench.
Yeah.
So it's just all these guys that we're now seeing. And I can't remember where I saw the photo. I'm sure you've seen it too on Twitter, where they had a line of all the photos of players who are currently on the bench.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
It's a lot of people.
Oh, my God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So
yeah,
hopefully with expansion, you get more of these guys.
I can name off a few right now that they've won championships and they're just sitting there.
Yeah, Slasher's on the bench.
Slasher,
Methods,
TJ, Methods, Accuracy. Who else? Looney. There's just a whole bunch of people just sitting there.
Yeah, Slacked is one of those guys too. Yeah, it unfortunately goes on and on.
Yeah,
with a lot of these people, but that is what it is. That's how it goes. Unfortunately, it is good content for us. It's really it's good drama. You get to see what these teams are moving. I like seeing it, and it's fun to see where these teams are going to be now when they do these changes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do have to have some compassion for these guys who just got benched.
Yeah.
And they've been competing for so long.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what are you going to do? What
are
you going to do?
We won't go through, all, there are a lot of changes, just player swaps and things like that. But hopefully, stage 4 is going to be, a grueler for, the bottom teams.
Yeah.
Because only the top 8 teams make champs, and it's crunch time now. That 8th seed, whatever the team is, gets that, they're gonna make it to champs, and then the bottom 4, they don't do anything. Squat. They get nothing.
Yeah, that's the big thing, right? I remember I think I was wrong about it last week. I thought it was the bottom 2, but it is the bottom 4, right?
Yeah.
That those teams just don't make it to champs.
Mm-hmm.
Man, isn't that what you're fighting for, at least, is to get the champs and win COD champs?
Yeah.
That's where you should be.
That's the
Super
Bowl.
Yeah, that's the overarching goal.
Yeah.
Is to qualify for champs and potentially place well or win that.
Yeah. That's what everyone when everyone's looking at stats, they're like, they won COD champs.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you win every other championship that whole year. If you don't win COD champs, fans are gonna be like, you suck.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because the fans are stupid and they're brutal. you know. But yeah, there's a lot of these teams like it's looking at the moment like Surge is one of those teams that might not make it. Paris is a team that might not make it.
Ravens,
and then Gorillas. Those are the guys in the bottom 4, I believe,
and
right?
And Florida's
I think
now.
Florida's just
And
outside or inside the top 8.
Yeah, I think they're like 30 points ahead or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's
anyone
close. It is close.
If Florida just doesn't play well, like if they don't win like 3 games, or if they go 0-5, they're probably out of the 8th seed.
Yeah, well, that's what's so tough with a lot of these teams. I mean, it's inevitable that you're going to have these teams at the bottom that have to fight it out anyway.
Yeah.
But it's so tough because what a lot of these teams have to bank on is them having a really good week, and then the other team that maybe they're fighting for having a really bad week.
Yeah.
You know, so the stars kind of have to align. Like they can control how they do. They can't control how the other team does.
Yeah, it's like a playoff. I mean, like I watch a lot of football, playoff football. It's exactly like that. It's like if this team wins this game, they can make the playoffs, but this team has to lose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, and like for me, like I watch racing. It's like you have to finish here, and this guy has to finish like at this spot.
Yeah.
Like if you want to win the championship, like even if you win the race and he gets 3rd, he wins. You know? But if he gets 4th, you win.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
all
what I mean?
about the seeding.
Yeah, so it is tough, but it'll be a really good fight. I hope that these teams put up some crazy games. You know, like I want to see some insane games out of Seattle and all the other teams that we mentioned there, because to fight for it.
Well, I mean, what could happen? Like, imagine Mutineers, they win all 5, right?
Yeah.
Win all 5 matches, and then going into the major, they do, like, some insane run. You know, they get a few points.
Yeah.
Because I personally just don't see the Mutineers winning a major.
Yeah.
But whatever, right? They get a ton of points. Imagine all the other teams, like, they're only winning 1 or 2 matches, like, in the season. And they go into the major, and they get immediately knocked out or something, right?
Yeah.
Now the question is like, it's mathematically impossible or nearly impossible for these teams to catch up to the 8th seed. Do these players try?
Yeah.
Like now, like they have nothing to play for.
Yeah.
And I mean, my answer is yes, they need to try because they're professional players and they're contracted, getting paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars. They need to play.
Right.
They can't just like chalk it up. They're like, oh, we're not going to win. You know, we can't even play in champs. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know what you do at that point.
I mean, it's demoralizing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure with some of these teams, I mean, well, the ones at the bottom, it's got to be just demoralizing in general.
Yeah.
You know, especially the ones too where we haven't seen real signs of life.
Yeah.
You know, like London Royal Ravens are down there, but they've been looking really good. And then they made this change, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it wasn't crazy, but I was just surprised because they were looking.
They're looking good.
Yeah, they were looking good, and I didn't really see any reason for them to change. Other than I think they're picking up some guy from Europe, Afro.
Yeah.
Apparently he's insane. I don't really know anything about him.
Yeah. They were playing good though.
Yeah, they were playing good. You know, unfortunately, teams like Surge, Surge hasn't really been looking that good. You know, I haven't seen those like random games where they were like frying.
Yeah, no, like every game they've had, it's either they get super, super close. Like they've lost a lot of round 11s.
They have
a lot of round 11s.
Yeah,
and they've lost a lot of close like controls and hard points, like all of that.
Yeah,
right? And Surge, I don't know if you have the points up right now, but like I think they only have like 30 points.
Or Surge?
Yeah.
Let me go check really quick.
But
Surge, 50.
Okay, so they have 50 points, right? And Mutineers, I think, have 130.
120.
120? Okay, yeah. So
yeah, so the bottom 8, it's Mutineers 8th with 120 points. LA Gorillas 90. 10th is London Royal Ravens with 70. Then Paris is 11th with 60, and then Surge with 50.
Yeah, so like if you're doing the math, right? So Surge is down 70 points, catching up to Mutineers, right?
Yeah.
If Mutineers go 0-5, right, and they don't get any points, and say Surge win all 5 games, right, they're still not 8th seed because every game's only 10 points.
Yeah.
They have to make a run in like these majors.
Yeah.
And I mean, Surge definitely can do it with like the
lineup they have.
But that's hard. Like you only have 50 points, right?
Yeah,
and you have to make a run now.
Yeah. It's really like it's crunch time. Like this is basically it for them. You know.
Yeah, because if say they go 5-0 this season, right?
Yeah.
And then they win the major. That's 100 points. They're up Florida by 30 points. That's it.
Yeah, and like they're in Group A. So
Yeah.
and we may have talked about it before, like these stage 4, like the groups. It's split up into 2 groups, Group A and Group B. Group A's half the teams, and it's they're chosen. It's like a snaking system, I guess. Is that what you call it, right?
Yeah.
Snake draft. How they choose who's going to be in which group. So the players don't have any real. I don't know if they have an input. I think they might have an input, and then they just relay it to the coaches as to who goes where. But at the end of the day, it's like. It's just kind of random.
Yeah, they just have like a representative.
Yeah. So Group A is Seattle Surge, Paris, Rocker, Thieves, Optic, and FaZe.
Yeah.
Like that's
good luck going 5-0.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks because that team, like, they're gonna have to go up against Thieves, Chicago, and Atlanta. Those are 3 teams right off the bat that I just like. I don't see them beating.
Those are like top 3 teams right there.
Yeah, I don't see them beating Paris and Rocker, maybe.
Yeah.
They could beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Rocker, I would say, like, less.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Paris, sure. Like, that's going to be a good game, Paris versus Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're both in that do-or-die moment right now where they just
These matches count.
Yeah. I don't even know. Yeah, Seattle, on Saturday they're playing Los Angeles Thieves.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's a tough first game.
Yeah.
They have to just piece them.
I mean, with how LA Thieves looks right now, I mean, maybe they can capitalize because they're not playing that well.
Yeah.
But even still, like, you can't count out like that team. Like, that team's crazy.
You can't.
But that must be so hard for those pro players. Like, dude, 50 points, right? The chances of them, like, winning everything and making it to champs are very, very low.
Yeah,
very low.
Yeah, no, it's going to be so hard. I mean, anything's possible at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But man, it's like they're going to need to just play out of their minds, and they're going to need luck.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to need a lot of luck because, again, if they win all 5 games and they win this major, that's 100 points. They'd be 8th seed by 30 points, but that takes into consideration if all the other teams just lose.
Yeah,
like they don't get any points.
Yeah, exactly.
So Surge is
if the rest of the teams just straight licking walls, bro, they do horrible.
They literally don't win anything.
Yeah,
like, and that's pretty hard to
swallow.
So.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one for them. Yeah, I mean these games are looking pretty good for the most part. Like, actually, I don't know. I mean, some of them. I take that back. Like the first game is FaZe versus Paris.
Yeah. He got stage 3 or major 3 champs.
Yeah, versus the team that's they're 11th.
Yeah, 11th.
Yeah, and Paris is in Desperado.
Yeah.
I mean, but hey, maybe that could play into Paris's favor.
Yeah.
That they're gonna go so hard that they know they're like, look, this is it. Like,
yeah.
Like I think they can afford.
I think all these teams should.
Yeah, they should be at that moment. So that's going to be an interesting one. Mutineers, Toronto, that'll be good. I think this is a good game for Dallas here. This on Friday, Dallas versus London.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good one for them.
Going back to FaZe could lose every single match, every major.
Oh yeah, they'll be fine,
and they would still be first.
Yeah. How crazy is that? That's crazy.
Their lead, they're up like 100 points or something, right?
Yeah.
They're really far ahead.
Oh yeah, they're cruising. Yeah, yeah, exactly. They're 100 points up. FaZe they have 340 points.
Yeah.
New York has 240. Yeah, so it's pretty close even there between second through fifth.
Yeah.
I mean, second through fourth is pretty close. 240. 230, 225, and then Optic Chicago's fifth with 200.
I think the top 5 aren't going to change all that much.
No.
I think it's going to be the same teams.
Yeah.
The order might just be a little bit different.
Uh-huh. I agree.
But I'm really interested about the bottom teams because these matches now, starting like the week you're listening to this, they count. They really, really count now.
Yeah, because we know, like, we're FaZe and Sublimes. Like, we know they're all going to make it, and they're probably going to be placing high, you know. But it's just who's going to be, like, for that 8th spot.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Mutineers, you know? And even still, like, there's Mutineers, and then there's Rocker in 7th with 140 points.
Yeah.
Like, they could play really bad and
Yeah.
get thrown down.
Yeah.
You know? and then they could be in the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I wonder who's going to take that spot if it's going to be Mutineers. I think it's really going to be between like Mutineers and Gorillas, probably.
Yeah. I have a feeling that LAG is going to take that 8th seed. That's my prediction. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Money Cheen is going to come through.
Yeah, they've been like very interesting, that team. Their record's not that great, and they've just been very like hot and cold. They've had those games where they're like they'll get swept, but it's bad because it's not like when you look at a 3-0, you really have to look at the matches and see how they go.
You got to look at the score.
Yeah, like when you just see 3-0, you're like, oh yeah, they got walked on. Yeah, but then you actually delve into it and you're like, well, they lost this game by like 20 points.
Yeah,
they lost control 2-3. Yeah. The search was like 2 rounds. They lost like 6-4. Yeah. They had all close games, but they just couldn't close it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's unfortunate because then on the record,
it looks really bad.
It looks bad. Yeah. So they just got to commit and close out the games. You know? It's that easy.
Well, we're making a big deal about this because COD Champs, I don't think they changed the prize pool, but first place gets, I think, 1.5 million or 1.2 million.
Something like that.
That's a lot of cash.
That's some cheddar.
That's a lot of cash on the line.
Cheddar, son. Yeah.
That's a shit ton.
Gucci flip-flops all day, bro.
Yeah. And
homes.
I know, like, Arcitys, Abizi, Simp, and Salium, they don't need that money.
Yeah. They're doing fine.
They don't need that money. But, I mean, it looks like right now, at least, they're going to get that.
Yeah. At the moment, yeah, they could.
$1.2 million. Just... You got to think about that.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I mean, you think about some of these guys like on New York subliners like Mac or Hydra. Can you imagine if they won?
Yeah.
You know, someone like
Hydra, his first time in the league.
Yeah. Like that would be unreal if he just wins
the amount
that
of cash.
Oh my god.
And he's on contract too. And I mean, he's playing insane. I'm sure next year he's going to get like a huge contract.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no way they take him off that roster right now. I mean, it doesn't look like it anyway.
But yeah, so the bottom 4 teams, like they're missing out on a chance of potentially winning over $1 million first place. And even like I don't know the prize pool breakup by like seeding,
right?
Because even if you place like 6th, you make like a good amount of money.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, you do make a lot of money. You know, I don't know if I can find exactly.
I remember them posting it, but I just can't remember like the breakdown.
Yeah.
But either way, like even second place, you win a lot of cash.
Yeah, no, you make dumb money.
Yeah.
No, it's
on top of their contracts. And I'm sure even after like all the fees that they have to pay to their teams or whatever, and like taxes and whatnot.
Yeah, they're still doing fine.
They got a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of cash.
No, so like that's a really good matchup. Like FaZe, obviously they're looking good, so I think they're gonna win that game against Paris. And I mentioned prior, Dallas, London. That's gonna be a good game for Dallas to warm them up. You know, London's looking good.
Yeah,
they're gonna have this guy Afro, I think, starting for them. So that should be a good game for them. It's not like later on where they're facing Toronto Ultra on Sunday.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a tough one for them. You know. And then New York, they're facing LAG. And then Sunday, the main game is Optic versus FaZe. That should be a good one. It just depends on what Optic we get that day.
Yeah.
You know? Optic looked great in the major. If they're playing like that, that's going to be a really good game.
They got their confidence back. I think they're good. And Dashy, like I think he really got his confidence back.
Yeah.
He was looking really good in the major. I mean, he was frying in the All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, he made it all the way to the finals.
I saw that. It was crazy. Yeah, he was right up against Abizi.
Yeah, congrats to Abizi. He won the whole thing.
The GOAT.
$10K in the bank. His interview was so funny. He was like, I didn't expect to win this. I was just kind of having fun.
Yeah.
And now he won extra $10K after winning this major, right?
Yeah.
And now they have 2 winners on their team. Salium won last year. Abizi won this year.
Yeah.
Like, what?
The FaZe is dominant.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the new young wave of pro players who are just running the show.
Yeah. If you guys were keeping track of the Twitter, I called Abizi from the start. I was like, he's winning this whole thing. I tagged him so many times. I'm like, this dude's winning 100%.
Yeah, he's cracked. The dude's absolutely insane. Him and Simp are nuts. I was surprised Simp didn't make it. Oh no, did he? He lost to
Envoy.
Yeah, he lost to Envoy like at the second round.
Envoy won sniping 6-1
against Simp.
Probably would have been a 6-0.
Something had to have been a little fugazi there. That's crazy. But
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of these matches, like, again, we're talking about some of the all-star stuff, because, like, the games going on this week, they're all going to be good games. We're going to be tuning into all of them.
Yeah.
But it's going to be just really interesting overall to watch these lower teams, like these teams 9 through 12, and how they compete against each other.
If I were you guys, definitely focus on those teams, because, I mean, we already know, like, the big dogs.
Yeah. Like, for this, when this episode comes out, those games already happen. Even for the week after this, just through all this stage 4, it's going to be great games of COD, because we have no idea who's going to make it. And, I mean, some of these teams now, they've made changes. Are these changes going to be the ones that maybe help them? Who knows? It's debatable. But it's basically, it's at the end of the tether for them. Yeah. It's do or die. They got to do it.
Yeah. And don't be surprised too. Like, I'm sure even after like a week or two, and if the games don't look good, they're going to make a change, because they have to at this point.
Yeah.
Because you're missing out on, again, $1.2 million. If that might be more.
Yeah. They're basically like trying to throw something at the wall and hope it sticks, Just being like, let's throw this guy in. Let's throw this guy in.
And I really, really hope the bottom 4 teams, especially when it gets later into stage 4, they don't start giving up.
Yeah.
Because the player, I'm sure it's demoralizing, like, knowing that there's a very slim chance of you, like, even making champs. Don't give up. Like, you're a professional player. You gotta play your heart out no matter what. You know?
Now, I think with most of these guys, I mean, we don't know totally inside their minds what they think. You would hope that that's the mindset that they have, I would think so. I mean, they got here on that mindset. I think they should stay here on that mindset, But yeah, like, stepping away just from the games week, because there's not much else to talk about there. Some of these what was really fun about the All-Star tournament is just seeing some things that
personalities.
Yeah, the personalities, which is always funny because you get to see them on cam and they're laughing.
Yeah.
Like, trolling or whatever. But you just get to see some crazy 1v1s. Like, you got to see, what was this? Like, Methods versus Shotzi, Hydra versus Shotzi. That was really funny.
Yeah.
Like, they were like 1v1ing knives and stuff like that.
Oh, we almost got a
phone call coming in.
Damn.
Disrupting us.
We almost got a BZ versus Simp.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was hoping for that.
I saw them on Twitter. They were like, "See you, see you soon."
We got the BZ versus Simp in the 4v4 like championship, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
it was Team Chance versus Team Nameless.
Yeah,
that was Team Chance, like, no doubt.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it was really cool. It was just a bunch of fun. On the off weekend, these guys.
That was a fun weekend.
Yeah, they just get to hang out and play some 1v1s.
That on LAN would have been, like, fun to watch, like, being at that event, because, like, that's just a chill weekend. Everyone's having fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure if events were happening, everyone's, like, drinking, just watching.
Well, that's another thing too, man, that we can probably wrap up on. Is for Major 4 here. This is going to be on LAN.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think all these small weekends are going to be on LAN.
No, yeah. It's just a major.
Just the major. But that's going to be really, really cool too. And I mean, I'm really excited to see how the commentary changes, how the overall flow of the broadcast changes. Yeah. Because there's not going to be any fans there, so.
Yeah. Well, they did it during the CWL in Black Ops 4. They played on LAN. They literally played on main stage.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
With, like, all the animations and everything.
Yeah.
And it was just them and the casters.
Yeah.
And I mean, from a viewer standpoint, like, it was really good.
Yeah.
You couldn't really tell. But I'm sure from a player standpoint, it's weird that, there aren't fans there. But I'm sure they much prefer that over playing from their bedrooms.
Oh, my God.
Like, because obviously it's LAN. They all have, like, an even playing field. And just on top of that, they can see each other again.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's true. Yeah, I mean, even for some of those people who may be listening and don't know what LAN is, LAN's like where they play. They're not playing online. They play in the same room. Like whether they used to play at like hotels and stuff like that, you know. But they'll have like a dedicated venue where they have stations set up where they play.
And they're all connected to the same internet.
Right, which is a big point, right? Because now with online, that's been a huge problem. We've heard it with basically every player, right? Has complained at some point or another about connection issues or, you know, servers and all this stuff. With LAN, there's none of that. It's like, look, this is the game. You guys are all on even playing field. It's the best connection you can get. Like, this is what it is. So some teams and some players are saying that this makes all the difference. And some people think that a lot of people are going to sink because of it. Since they've been playing online and they're succeeding, they're going to play like trash on LAN. I don't really buy into that.
I don't think it's going to be as... I think people are hyping it up a little too much. It's not going to be as drastic. The top teams are going to be the top teams. It's going to be the middle tier to bottom tier teams. I
think so too. I think you may see some players like you know, who just maybe don't perform as well. You know, but if they're playing in the major, you know, they may not have one like good game, but they might bounce back and like either throughout the series or like in another game.
There's gonna be no more excuses. Like online's not an excuse. In stage 4.
Yeah, exactly.
And the like some of these SMGs, like some of the shots that they pull off on like ARs and stuff, doesn't make any sense because you wouldn't win that on LAN. Like at all.
No, exactly.
So it's just like small little like cases like that. But those small little like cases can turn into like huge like wins.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, so I wonder with some of these lower teams, like the teams we've been talking about in the bottom 4, if this is something that they're kind of riding on. They're banking that, like we're going to be really, really good on LAN. Or we'll have such a better shot at competing on LAN compared to we do online because of, you know, a whole multitude of reasons. Yeah, exactly. So
it really depends on a lot of these teams, because I mean, at the end of the day, if your teamwork's not online, it doesn't matter if you're online.
That's the thing, man.
Your teamwork has to be good.
I mean, if you don't have the teamwork, that's all it is. I was listening to this morning with it was 0 to 100, I think that's the series. And it was Venom talking about it. He's like, everybody's got skill. Like at this point, like everyone's can shoot straight. He's like, but the top teams, it's all just teamwork. You know, he's like, that's why they're the best. And so many people say that. They're like, look at Ultra. Like these guys are insanely good. Like, are they the most talented players? Like, you know, debatable. But what's the best of them, or has been the best? And same thing with FaZe. FaZe that's their problem. Is the problem with FaZe is they're all so good and their teamwork is so good. You know.
Exactly.
But if you have good teamwork, that could make up for your skills, like your individual skill. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I think LAN will benefit my pick, LAG, the Gorillas, because those guys, again, they've been so close to winning their matches. And it's those small little mistakes that maybe LAN could make up for it. Or maybe even like it could help out a Seattle. You know, all those guys, they all played on LAN before. And then they start playing online, you know. I mean, granted, their teamwork hasn't been like that great, but maybe LAN will help them. It could just be like a placebo thing, to be honest.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. Like everything just hits you differently, so you play better. Or like maybe you just think that because you're going to be on LAN, you're going to be better, and all of a sudden you do, even though like you haven't really changed anything.
I mean, technically, yes, LAN does like affect your play style and how you play the game. But it's just, you know, it's going to be different. You know, you wake up at a hotel, you know, you get ready, you get your breakfast, like your mindset's different. Instead of just rolling out of bed and hopping
exactly.
online.
So, and you haven't even brushed your teeth, and you're just kind of like you're in your pajamas. Throw the jersey over. You're like, all right, let's go.
Hey, you got to play now. But before we wrap it up, I wanted to like make a comment on season 3 of Cold War and just like some of the stuff we've been doing in pubs. So Mike and I, we've been playing a lot.
Bring it up.
we're trying to complete all season 3 challenges for multiplayer.
How's that going?
We're 95% of the way there, but there's one challenge we're stuck on that should be the easiest one for us. And I would say a lot of people too. and it's the last one, and it's the merciless get 10 kills
without dying.
And I've read that title a lot.
We've broke out the magnifying glasses to make sure there's nothing in between those words.
I remember I hit 190 and I got that. Like, I got my merciless, and you're like, well, what does it say? I was like, kill 10 players without dying. And you're like, can you read it again?
Dude, we were like, hold on. Wait, no, read it exactly what it says.
I'm like, is there like an or something in there? Like an apostrophe or something?
Yeah.
And turns out Mike he hit 190, he got the challenge too, and he got a merciless, and it's just glitched.
Yeah, I mean, bro, we've probably gotten like, since that time, we've probably got like 50, 60. We've gotten so many merciless. We've gotten a lot. Right. I think it's like just about every game. Like, we don't like to brag, but like getting 10 kills with the like, that's not that bad.
Yeah, especially like when you're using like streaks and stuff too.
Yeah, because we were running War Machine, Harp. Like, it's so easy.
And like, we even tried gun kills too.
Yeah, we tried gun kills.
We did gun kills. We even did like 10 kills, like starting the game without even dying.
Yeah,
and that didn't even work.
Yeah, like our record is 10-0. We're like, okay, maybe that's it. No.
Yeah.
So we've been pretty nervous to say, like, it's been in the back of my head, definitely, wanting to get this challenge. We wanted to get it because the title that you get for completing these challenges is sick.
Yeah,
it's
really
so cool. And this. All the challenges were pretty achievable. From the past seasons, there was Warzone challenges and all that stuff, which we didn't really like. We were never going to bother doing. This one you could do all multiplayer, just all through, all through that game, which was good. But
there are a couple rough ones, but I mean, like
the one that we had to play. What was that game mode? Combined arms or like hardpoint. It was like the mosh pit.
For vehicular warfare.
Oh my god.
We had to kill, what was it,
25 enemies.
Vehicles.
Yeah, 25 destroy 25 enemy vehicles while on like a vehicle yourself. Yeah, that was
annoying.
Oh my god, that one sucked. But we got it done.
Yeah.
It wasn't like as bad when we got the strategy down.
Yeah.
But it was still not
But now the easiest one that like we get pretty regularly, like we can't get.
Yeah, we were banking like, okay, once we get all these other challenges, then like the merciless, like we're done, like it's over, like we're not even questioning like if we'll get that one, and now we are because it's glitched.
Yeah, and we timed it perfectly too. Like we were gonna hit 200, and by the way, like we're both over 200 now.
Yeah,
we were gonna try to hit 200 and get all these challenges just to say like, we did everything.
Yep.
But now, like, I'm like 208 or something, and you're like...
I think I just hit 200. Like, I'm 200 or 201 or something like that.
And we can't get that challenge.
Yeah.
So, Treyarch, if you're listening, I'm sure there's an update coming. We just don't know when. I mean, again, we're going to keep playing. We're going to keep getting the Merciless.
Yeah, Merciless.
But we're not going to get it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what we're hoping, and we're happy, too, that we got with, 20-something days left. So there's enough time.
Plenty of time.
Left within this. This would be a problem if there was, 5 days left. I'd be horrified.
Yeah, I'd be really annoyed.
Yeah.
I'd be tweeting Treyarch, like, fix this, please.
Yeah. So there's, 2-3 weeks left, I think? Well, it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Definitely 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's more than 21. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see if they update this. I mean, I'm sure they're going to. I hope and pray that they update this.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy.
I'm 99% sure they will.
Because the reason why I'm nervous is because the guy that we watched online, I saw him and he has it.
Yeah.
So it's not glitched for everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
It was just, it's glitched now after the recent update adding standoff and
that's glitched. And then also what's glitched too is the levels.
Yeah, the levels.
For us, we're over 200, but our levels are 186.
182.
Sorry, 182.
Yeah, everyone is.
Yeah, a lot of people are. Not everybody though, which is again, it's weird. Like there's some people who are normal.
Yeah.
But then we'll see people who are 182, and then they have an emblem that they bought in the Prestige shop, from one of the previous CODs.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, they're obviously Master.
Yeah.
They're obviously Master Prestige, because how else would they have that, right? So it's weird. I hope they just in one lump of a patch, they're like, okay, we're gonna fix this, or we're gonna fix the fix the leveling thing. We're gonna fix this problem with the season 3 challenge.
Yeah.
And then I've heard 2 people talking about Standoff, which we've played a couple times. Not like maybe like 2 or 3 times. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, it's OG map.
Yeah.
First game we played, we taught the youngins how to play it.
Yeah, we were fine on that game.
We dropped over 100 kills and we
Combined.
still lost.
Yeah, we lost because the team was just trash.
Mm-hmm.
And they got
first game too.
Yeah, they got carried by one guy too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game's pretty good. I mean, like the only thing I noticed when playing it was I was trying to spawn trap these guys and it was like crazy. They all just spawn like at one spot. You know, it was really strange. And I've heard in the pro scene they're scrimming that map.
Yeah.
And they're complaining about the spawns and so
I mean, it's not gonna play like Black Ops 2 perfectly just because of the pacing.
Yeah, exactly.
This game's like pretty fast.
Yeah. So I hope they change all that stuff in just one big swoop.
Yeah, I'm sure like that's what they're waiting for.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for more problems to come up and then they'll fix everything.
Right.
But I hope it's
because
soon.
I want to go to bed in peace, bro. I want to go to. I want to sleep knowing that this challenge is done. I have that title on me. Yeah, I'm all set.
Yeah, and then right now we can just that's what we've been doing. We've just been playing because we don't need to get challenges.
Yeah, thankfully.
But we just have that one challenge that we don't have yet.
Yeah, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, just want to get that and call it a night.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, season 3. I mean, so far it's been good. I don't know if they're gonna put any more updates. I got that Rambo update. I really could care less about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been pretty good. I mean, we hit our goal. I'm probably if you go back a couple episodes, we were like, oh, we're gonna hit it by this time. So maybe we did. Maybe we were accurate. Who knows? But we're already master prestige. We hit the season 100. And yeah, thankfully we got these challenges done for season 3. Except that one. So we just gotta wait and see.
Well, we'll get that one. Whenever they update
Hopefully next week we come in with good news for everybody.
But yeah, we just wanted to update you guys about like pubs. I mean, still gonna be playing. Gonna be playing like a few games every single night.
Yep. Yeah, we've been playing a new going off of COD. We've been playing this game Subnautica.
Yeah.
We played the first one a lot. So the second one just came out for
Subnautica
console.
Below Zero.
Yeah, so we're since we've hit 200, we're kind of chilling out a little bit. We're still playing every day. You know, probably playing 3-4 games, and then we're hitting that game. But we can't enjoy that game fully if that challenge is still lurking in the back of our heads.
Yeah, that challenge needs to be done.
It needs to be,
because I will be furious if
the season ends and we have 95% in that one challenge.
Yeah,
dude, I'm done with Call of Duty.
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm retiring. I'm
gonna be pissed. Yeah. I will like email Treyarch and be like, you need to give me this title now.
Yeah.
Look how many Mercilai medals I have.
Legit.
In my
Look
career.
at them. Look at them.
Look at them.
Like there's hundreds.
And like, they just need to fix that.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't do it like with 3 days left. I mean, like we can get that, but I don't want to only have 3 days to get that challenge. Like,
yeah.
What if we can't play like those next 2 days? Or something?
Exactly. What if we're traveling or something happens? Yeah, it'd be terrible.
Like. You're away. I'm like, Mike, the challenge is fixed, but you're not coming back until the third day.
Oh, bro, if that happened, dude. If I'm like in New Hampshire, I'm coming back.
Yeah,
I'm coming back. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna buy a PS4. I'm gonna buy the whole thing. Load up.
I would come back too. I'm like, this is chalked.
Yeah, dude. Or I'd give you my account. Be like, yo, Justin.
Go play for me.
Go to my apartment. No, here's my login. Play on my account. Save me. Jeez.
But yeah, no pubs. I mean, we've been cooking.
Of course.
We've been playing really well.
Oh, yeah,
we're climbing the leaderboards.
Yeah, we're in the 18s right now or something like that. I'm in the 18s. You're higher than me. I'm 14, 13.
No, I'm not in the 14s yet.
No.
I'm like 15.3.
Nice.
Right now.
Nice.
I'm close.
Shitting?
That's crazy.
Dude, we're so high up in the world. We feel like that at least. There's probably some people listening like, oh, you crabs, you suck.
guys suck.
Yeah, I'm top 500. I'm like, yo, chill, dog.
I mean, it's just crazy because like we have like other shit that we do.
Yeah,
we work like normal jobs, like 8 hour whatever. Your standard 8 hour jobs.
Yeah, we work jobs.
We just play at night.
Yeah, we play at night. That's it.
Yeah,
it's really like one of the only times we really play.
Yeah,
so it's funny.
Yeah,
but
we're up there.
And we're still grinding it.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Do you have anything else you wanted to add? Because I think we covered just
notes.
about all of it.
Yeah, no, I think we covered everything. Just want to say again, congrats to Tyler Abizi.
Congrats to the king.
Extra $10K in your bank account. I'm sure you're happy about that.
Yeah, of course he is. He's a beast. Probably didn't even notice it.
On top of the major too. Yeah, you probably didn't.
Nah,
He's like,
nice.
It's another deposit.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Good for him though.
Yeah,
Congrats on
absolutely. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, when you guys are listening to this, it's Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day. Hope you're enjoying the day.
Yeah, enjoy the day off. Hopefully it's nice weather.
Or you had a good Memorial weekend, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Whenever you're listening to this.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's all I have.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcast. Everything.
We're putting out a new album. Hope you guys like it.
Follow. If you go on anchor.fm/the COD Casuals, it gives you all the streaming platforms we have.
Yep.
We've been pretty active on Twitter too.
Yeah, so
keep staying active. Yeah. Follow us. YouTube. Please subscribe. Comment. Do all that stuff. But I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yep. All right. So I'm your host, Justin.
And I'm your host, Mike.
And we hope you guys have a good day.
All right. Take it easy, y'all. See ya.
Peace.